In 1960, sand and 40,000 people. Today, 3.6 million and $100 billion of real estate. This shouldn't have worked. Welcome to Gulf Ledger. In 1960, Dubai was a modest trade and fishing settlement on the edge of the Arabian Desert. The local economy relied on pearling, fishing, and small-scale maritime trade along Dubai Creek, where merchants exchanged dates and textiles. Total residents numbered approximately 40,000, including roughly 13,000 Emirati nationals. The physical environment lacked basic infrastructure, operating without municipal electricity, piped water, or paved roads. This limited starting base meant economic expansion was structurally constrained by geography and capital. The first major financial shift occurred on August 3rd, 1966, when the Continental Oil Company struck oil at the offshore Fateh One well, located 89 kilometers north of the coast. The well flowed at an initial rate of 100,000 barrels per day. Commercial production began in 1969, providing the first reliable cash flows to finance the Emirates' early infrastructure. Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum viewed these offshore oil revenues not as a permanent source of wealth, but as finite seed capital for a broader commercial plan. Instead of funding immediate consumption, his administration used projected hydrocarbon receipts to secure credit and issue bonds on international markets. This strategy allowed Dubai to finance capital-intensive public works, years before the oil money had fully accumulated in state coffers. The guiding philosophy was clear: build the physical infrastructure early, and outside capital will find its way in. By prioritizing deep-water maritime channels, regional aviation facilities, and basic public utilities, Sheikh Rashid established an enduring institutional template that favored commercial trade over simple resource extraction. This policy of capital allocation systematically converted a depleting natural asset into permanent, non-oil economic capacity, establishing the governing business mindset that would direct the Emirates' aggressive physical and financial expansion. In 1977, construction began on Jebel Ali Port, located 35 kilometers south of Dubai's traditional creek. Designed by the British engineering firm Sir William Halcrow and Partners, the project required dredging a deep-water harbour and building 16 kilometers of quay walls to bypass the shallow, silt-laden waters of the inner harbour. When Queen Elizabeth II officially opened the facility on February 26, 1979, it featured 67 deep water berths, making it the largest man-made harbour in the world. This massive infrastructure was built ahead of demand, engineered to accommodate the largest container vessels of the era and establish a global logistics gateway. To connect this maritime gateway to the skies, the state established Emirates Airline. On October 25, 1985, the carrier operated its inaugural flight, EK 600, from Dubai to Karachi, followed shortly by a service to Mumbai. Operating with $10 million in seed capital, the startup airline utilized a modest fleet: 2 Boeing 727-200 aircraft, wet-leased from the Dubai Royal Air Wing, and an Airbus A300 and a Boeing 737-300, sourced from Pakistan International Airlines. The government enforced an open skies policy, requiring the airline to compete on service and cost without state subsidies. This coordinated combination of deep water berths and a rapidly expanding aviation network transformed Dubai into a global transit bridge, linking cargo and passengers between East and West. To convert physical transit networks into an economic machine, the government altered the legal rules governing foreign investment. The standard federal framework required majority Emirati ownership for any business operating in the country. To bypass this barrier, Dubai established the Jebel Ali Free Zone in 1985. Inside this designated territory, foreign companies operated under a separate legal code that permitted 100% foreign ownership, zero corporate taxes, and complete capital repatriation. This regulatory template decoupled business operations from geographic constraints, turning the Emirate into an attractive environment for multinational corporations. In 2004, the state extended this strategy to the financial sector by establishing the Dubai International Financial Center. The financial district operated under its own civil and commercial laws, utilizing an English-language common law court system, independent of the local judiciary. This institutional design reduced legal uncertainty for international banks, wealth managers, and insurers, positioning Dubai as a financial bridge between regional wealth and global capital markets. Simultaneously, the economic strategy shifted toward real estate. In 2002, the government issued a decree permitting foreign nationals to purchase freehold property in designated developments. Real estate ceased to be a support sector and became a primary engine of economic growth. To attract international portfolio investment, the state-backed developer Emaar began constructing the Burj Khalifa in 2004. Completed in 2010 at an estimated cost of $1.5 billion, the world's tallest tower functioned as a massive branding instrument. The megaproject projected technical capability and sovereign ambition to global markets, converting real estate into a highly liquid asset class and anchoring a broader property market that soon attracted billions of dollars in international capital. By late 2008, the global credit squeeze choked offshore debt markets, exposing the heavy debt that financed Dubai's rapid expansion. State-linked entities had accumulated approximately $80 billion in liabilities, a debt load exceeding the Emirates' annual gross domestic product. At the center of this liquidity shock was Dubai World, a state-controlled holding company along with its real estate developer, Nakheel. As local property prices fell by 50%, the cash flows required to service these international obligations vanished. In November 2009, Dubai World announced a debt standstill, sending global bond spreads to historic highs and triggering immediate sovereign credit downgrades. The immediate risk was a $4.1 billion Islamic bond, or sukuk, issued by Nakheel that lacked an explicit government guarantee. To prevent a systemic default that threatened the entire federation's banking sector, neighboring Abu Dhabi intervened. On December 14, 2009, Abu Dhabi provided a $10 billion rescue package to Dubai's financial support fund. This capital injection met Nakheel's immediate debt obligations and stabilized regional financial markets. While the intervention averted a disorderly default, the crisis revealed that Dubai's state-backed scale-up had created a highly concentrated risk profile, relying on an external, oil-rich backstop to survive its first major public stress test. By 2026, Dubai's economic profile has fundamentally shifted from its resource-dependent past. According to the Dubai Statistics Center and assessments by the International Monetary Fund, oil accounts for only about 1% of the Emirates' gross domestic product. The economy now relies on finance, technology, and cryptocurrency as its primary commercial pillars. However, this model operates on highly skewed demographics. Out of a resident population of 4 million, approximately 88% are expatriates, meaning the system depends on a continuous inflow of foreign labor and capital. The physical footprint of this rapid expansion also carries heavy resource costs. Dubai's per capita water demand stands at 550 liters per day, requiring energy-intensive desalination. Per capita electricity consumption averages over 14,000 kilowatt-hours annually, relying on a grid where natural gas still generates the vast majority of power. Offshore, massive land reclamation projects have altered coastal currents, leading to ongoing marine habitat disruption. While Dubai has improved its fiscal position, lowering public debt to 29.1% of GDP, the long-term challenge remains. A city built on constant expansion must continuously attract global talent and investment to maintain its complex infrastructure. As regional competition intensifies, Dubai's leverage-backed model then faces its ultimate stress test. The question is no longer how fast this city can grow, but how long it can endure. Subscribe to Gulf Ledger for the business stories shaping the Middle East. New case study every Sunday.